joining us now, and I'm delighted he's with us. North Dakota Senator Kevin Cramer joins me now. I think the first time on the Angle. Senator, thank you for joining us. Some breaking news that just came in on the border deal, which kind of plays right into what I was saying about how there'll be new tweaks and okay, so this provision just released by an unknown Senate source. If crossings exceed 8,500 in a single day, DHS would be required to close the border to migrants illegally crossing the border. Now, under the proposal, any migrant who tries to cross the border twice while it is closed would be banned from entering the U.S. for 1 year. First question, Senator, don't they already have the power to close the border to migrants illegally crossing the border? Isn't that the whole point of our immigration laws?
Well, the problem, Lauren, thank you for the opportunity to be on. It's my pleasure. Right now, they have the discretion to do that. What, near as I can tell from the language you just showed me, which is the first time I've seen it, they're required. It says that the DHS secretary would be required at 8,500. Now, granted, 8,500 is way too high a number, but there were several days last month when the border would have been shut down instead of letting, say, 10,000, 12,000 people in. So I guess you could say it's an increment in the right direction, and at least it's a mandate as opposed to the discretion. But it is nonetheless in the right direction.
Senator Cramer, if you did a town hall this week in North Dakota and got 500 people to show up just on this issue, and you said, OK, a deal that I'm considering supporting would actually still allow President Biden to wave in millions of migrants over the next year, but we're going to maybe get a few other things on foreign workers and more foreign worker visas and thousands and thousands more. What do you think the reaction to the crowd in North Dakota would be? I have a hunch. Well,
if I presented it like that, they would probably run me out.
That's the truth. But that's the true way to present it.
No. But I would do a more thorough job with it. I'd want to know where the workers going to work. Farm workers, North Dakotans would say, great, we need more of them. Energy workers, wow, we need more of them. Oh, in the medical field, we'd like some more of those. But that's not what this bill is largely about from everything that we've known so far. Not seen text, remember, none of us have seen text. None of the critics have seen text. What we do know that's been negotiated because the negotiators, well, sure, but
Senator, I've been here so much longer than you, and I don't mean to call rank because you're a senator, but this is the same old trick they always pull. They pulled it with Obamacare. They pull it with these omnibus spending bills that horrify most Americans when they see what's in them. And it's like, OK, let's hurry up and negotiate. And we've done doing it for 4 months. But now you have 72 hours to read 700 pages. Go. That's no way to legislate. It's a complete and utter scam. And that's what's happening.
It certainly is not. It certainly is not, except that nobody's called for the vote. Laura, I don't know how much time we're going to have to make the decision after we actually get to see the text. But the things that we do know that all the negotiators agree to, because they say it out loud, there are some real triggers. There is expedited removal at the border. They are building an infrastructure that requires people to turn around the same day up to a certain amount, raising the standard for asylum, the credible fear standard, raising that higher, doing away with the broad stroke of everybody being on parole. So there are some good things in the right direction.
Wait. So just I want to be clear. I want to be clear to the people of North Dakota and the people of the country, because you're an important senator in all of this. And you actually endorsed President Trump, I know, in December, and he's completely against this. He said, wait until I get in there. You don't need all this stuff to do this, right? And he's right about that. But you're saying tonight that given what's happened over the last 3 years, you actually have faith that pieces of paper are going to make Alejandro Mayorkas, who's about to be impeached by the House, or could be impeached by the House, actually enforce these new provisions when he's not enforcing the old ones?
I know if we do nothing, he's not going to be a better DHS secretary. He's not going to do more enforcement. But you're giving Biden cover. If we do nothing.
You're giving Biden political cover in an election year. Why would you do that, given what this man has done to our country?
Well, listen, I endorsed Donald Trump early this time, and I endorsed him really early the last time. And the only reason I didn't endorse him earlier this time was because my governor was running. Having said all of that, there's no question Donald Trump will use these tools to much greater effect than Joe Biden does. But I don't think we should reserve the crisis for October to give Joe Biden cover, because anybody that knows anything knows Joe Biden has already lost this argument. He's already allowed 10 million people into the interior of the country illegally. So it's not like he's going to one day be known as the guy that took care of the border crisis.
Right. Well, Senator, this does not end catch and release as anyone has described it thus far. Would you agree with that?
Well, I don't entirely agree with it, because if you raise the standard and you do away with the parole and you turn people away at the border at a much greater number, I will say this to your point, that won't happen tomorrow. They may change the law. If we get 5,000, a surge of 5,000, it automatically shuts the border down. Oh, the border would be shut down right now. But if we have infrastructure to do the asylum reviews at the border for 5,000, then you eliminate catch and release. Clearly,
all right,
it's
Senator,
not all going
thank
to
you.
happen overnight.
All right. Well, we'll be watching this closely, and we really appreciate your coming on tonight. Thank you so much.